Greetings, YouTube. More health updates. Recently, my doctor has insisted that I begin using Ozempic. Um, I'm not trying to lose weight. I have no idea if that's actually going to be a side effect or not. But this is only the second day I'm taking it. You take it once a week. Um, but I'm trying to get my A1C down. My A1C was too high. When I first was diagnosed, my A1C was awesome. It was like 4.9, 5.3, something like that. Really low. It was great. But over time, as I got older, it became harder and harder to keep it below 7, and it went above 7 at one point. And I started taking metformin, and it came down, which was nice. But now it's back up to 7.6, which is not great. And my weight hasn't really gone up a great deal, to tell you the truth. At one time, I was all the way down to 160. But lately, in the last few years, I've been running between like 175 and 180. And for a 60-year-old fat old man, I'm not really too concerned about 175, 180. Um, but she wants my A1C to go down. And the side effect could be I'll lose weight. Again, I don't know. Second dose. So this is what they look like. It just comes in a pen. And this window right here is the actual chemical. And you check to make sure that that's always clear. And me being me, I'm a paranoid bastard. I always make sure there's no bubbles in there because I am injecting this into my body. And these are the little injectors. These just snap on there and you screw them in place. And you take off the outside cap, and then you take off the inside cap, and then there is a tiny, tiny little needle in there. I mean, tiny little goddamn needle. It is very, very small. Um, and I've had to take insulin in the past. This is much smaller than an insulin needle was. And then you just set the little thingy to the dosage you want. I've already taken mine today, so I'm not going to do that again. And you can set it to 0.25 or zero point 0.5. That's what this is designed to do for. This is Ozempic semi-glutide injection for single patient use only. Pen delivers doses in 0.25 milligrams or zero point 0.5 milligram increments only. Um, Pre-filled pen for subcutaneous use only. It's a great word, subcutaneous. Um, Prescription only. Then when you're done, you're going to take this, you're going to screw it off, and then you end up with something which has got no projection tip on it at all, and you put your cap back on, and you're done. You're finished. Then it goes back into the case. It's got a little cardboard container. It's got 6 injector tips that came with it. So I'm going to be refilling this every 6 weeks, which isn't crushingly difficult to do. I really hate having to get prescriptions that I only have to fill up once a month because I do have one prescription I fill up once a month. All the rest have been set up so that they're 90 days, much more convenient. But 6 weeks, that's not unbearable. And this isn't difficult. Now, I did not volunteer for this. I did not come to my doctor and say, oh, please, put me on Ozempic, please. In fact, she offered this to me at the beginning of 2023, and I'm filming this in November of 2023. And she says, "Well, I can put you on Ozempic if you want." And I'm like, "I don't want to accept it." She said, "Well, since you're the only patient I've got that is, that's diabetic that has not asked to be on Ozempic." I said, "Well, okay." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you, doc. I really don't want to be on it." And I said, "I'm not thrilled about this situation." And she says, "Why?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to be on a drug for I'm going to have to be on this crap for the rest of my life." She says, "Well, you're going to have to be on metformin for the rest of your life too." And I looked at her and I laughed and I said, "Doc, I don't want to be on metformin for the rest of my life either." So at least I'm consistent. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking Ozempic. We're going to see if it does anything for my A1C, which is what I'm concerned about. And if it does have a side effect and I lose some weight, okay, I lose some weight. I'm not gonna be heartbroken about that. I mean, if I were a little bit thinner, that would probably be a good thing. Carrying less around, less wear and tear on my knees and on my ankle, which has collapsed. So my ankle doesn't work anymore. I have Charcot foot. The ankle bones have literally gone like this. The outside, but if your ankle was like this, my outside bone's kind of like that, and my inside bone is like this. It's not pretty. Um, so less weight on that would, you know, be a net good. So I'll tape it for what it is. But again, not thrilled. I'm going to be taking this damn stuff forever. Though the first dose I got I was pleasantly surprised. The first prescription I got for this stuff, I did not have to pay anything. It was just my insurance covered it entirely, which kind of makes sense. If a patient loses weight, particularly if they're diabetic, and I'm diabetic, um, that's a benefit for them because that may mean that overall my insurance costs would be lower over time, which means they save money and they make more profit. So that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? All right. So any of you out there who are using Ozempic, I would love to hear what your personal experiences are. Did you lose weight? Was it, and more importantly, was it effective at lowering your A1C? Because that's what I am really concerned about. So let's talk about Ozempic, whether we volunteered for it or not.